our keynote speaker, let us have Mrs. Jameen Sanchez Pehi, our Assistant Principal. Let's give her a round of applause.
Thank you so much, Teacher Sha and Teacher Denise. A pleasant and full of blessings afternoon to everyone. La Trinidad Academy started delivering quality education in 1996. It is no wonder that it already has produced plenty of alumni who are now professionals who greatly contribute to the betterment of our community. Our guest speaker for today truly embodies the Latrinian pride. She is a 2016 alumna of La Trinidad Academy. She belongs to the pioneer batch of graduates under the K-12 curriculum in the Philippines. She finished Bachelor of Science in Medical Laboratory Science as magna cum laude at De La Salle Medical and Health Sciences Institute last June 2022. She then took and passed the August 2022 licensure examination for medical technologies and got certified as an international medical laboratory scientist by the American Society for Clinical Pathology in November of the same year. Currently, she is working as a staff medical technologist in a tertiary hospital here in Imus, while taking Bachelor of Science in Real Estate Management as her postgraduate degree. During her undergraduate studies, she had been a consistent Dean's Lister and academic scholar while being an active leader and member of different collegiate and institutional organizations. She was the Vice President for External Activities of their Collegiate Student Council during academic year 2019-2020. She assumed the positions of Vice President and Medical Technology Representatives of DLSMHSI's Health Assembly of Lasallian Scholars, and was also the founding Vice President of Finance of RLS Boses Lasalliano. Furthermore, she had also been the marketing manager and staff writer of their college publication, dance captain of their collegiate dance troupe, keyboardist of their college band, and a member of DLS MHSI's institutional chess varsity team. Along with this, she, together with her sisters, has been accepting commissions as freelance host and video producer of various marketing and instructional digital content. Our guest speaker is a well-rounded and very passionate young lady. Let us make her feel at home once again here at La Trinidad Academy. Ladies and gentlemen, everyone present here today, join me in welcoming our guest speaker for today, Jordan Eve A. Capistrano, RMT. Let us give her a round of applause.
Thank you for that wonderful introduction, Ma'am Pehi. Whew! Time indeed flies so fast. It feels like just yesterday I was there, sitting as a junior high school completer, listening to our then esteemed guest speaker, while saying to myself, someday I'll get to speak in events like this too. And who would have thought 7 years after that, I am here, finally standing in front of you, living in that wish my 16-year-old version whispered to myself. So I guess manifesting really does work, right? So before I proceed to the gist of my talk, I would like to extend my deepest gratitude to Ma'am Lei Garcia for inviting me to speak tonight. To the administrators, especially Doc Grace and Sir Gamaliel Cruz, and Doctora Georgina Paragua, thank you for believing in me ever since I was in junior high. It has been a pleasure and honor to me to be here with you tonight. And to all the teaching force of La Trinidad Academy, especially to my teachers back in high school who are still in service up until now. To name a few, we have Sir Ronald Malilin and Sir Jomel Medadia. Thank you for the person that I am today. And of course, to our young graduates and their proudest parents, congratulations po sa inyong lahat. When I was your age, when I was young and in kinder, prep, and nursery, whenever there are events like this, whenever there were ceremonies like this, I would tell myself, ay, sana matapos na para makapag-Jollibee, McDo na after, diba? As post-celeb dinner. Pero this is one way for you to show how resilient we are as K-12 products, right? So don't please hold on still because I will not take much of your time. So, kidding aside, I'd like to know, what do you want to become in the future? To our young graduates, sino dito ang gusto maging doktor? Who wants to be a doctor? Wow! Ang dami! How about a nurse? Wow! Ayan! How about engineer? Or architect who wants to build houses? Ayan! How about a chef who cooks good food? Yan. Patikim in the future. Perhaps some of you want to become a teacher. Yan. Or maybe a pilot and fly airplanes. Yan. How about running a business or being an accountant? Maybe an aspiring TV host, writer, actor, lawyer. Ayan. Or maybe some of you have not yet figured out what you want in life, or maybe clueless, but that's totally okay. You've still got a lot of years ahead of you to explore and determine what you really want doing. Bata pa kayo. Bata pa tayo. I'm still figuring out life too, like you. Anyway, ako kasi, it was my childhood dream to become a medical doctor. My initial plan was very simple and straightforward. I will finish high school, I will take a BS program, then go straight to medicine, to which my parents have always supported. Hanggang ngayon naman, very supportive. So ito na nga, papasok na ang K-12. It was May 2013 when the Enhanced Basic Education Act, or popularly known as K-12 program, was signed into law. I was first year in high school, or grade 7 back then, when I knew about the 2 additional years in the curriculum. And on top of that, kami pa yung pioneer batch. So all I was thinking back then was, ano ba yan? Dagdag 2 years. So parang yung initial plan ko of achieving MD, 8 to 10 years after high school, magiging 10 to 12 years pa. So that was what I was thinking as a grade 7 student. Came 2016, we officially stepped into grade 11 in a new environment with fresh faces, different routine or practices, and of course, a new curriculum. I took the Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics, or STEM track in De La Salle University, Dasmariñas, particularly the biology strand. Kasi I thought it would prepare me sa basic science subjects na matitake ko in college. Which was tama naman, because it really did. I also met a lot of people from different tracks, like humanities and social sciences, accounting and business management, and technological and vocational courses, to whom I built friendships with and garnered different life perspectives from. I also knew about the different career options I did not know existed before. It was during that 2 years in senior high. Anyway, 2 years flew by so fast. Ang daming nangyari within those 2 years. And the next thing I know, college na ako. taking up Bachelor of Science in Medical Laboratory Science at the La Salle Medical and Health Sciences Institute. It actually started out smoothly, conducting the traditional way of how classes are conducted, face-to-face. And then everything has changed when we got into third year of college, where most of our major professional or board exam subjects come into play. Nagkaroon ng COVID-19 pandemic. So, we consider third year in our course as the most crucial year of college because it is where we are supposed to learn the routine practices, the laboratory techniques we have to acquire in our profession, plus the board exam subjects that we'll be taking. Tapos, we took it online, full online setup. So we had to suddenly shift to full online class setting, which was mahirap. Tapos yung ibang around our age, hindi naabutan ng K-12 curriculum, may work na, may family na, already bought a house or car, pero bang stable na sila in life as what I saw in social media posts. Samantalang kami, parang still an undergrad, struggling with online classes. Kasi that time, it was also the height of the Taal volcano eruption. Pero bang ang daming nangyayari, tas may feeling na parang napag-iiwanan yung batch namin. So, ang daming adjustments that we had to go through and all that. I remember struggling to focus listening to an online synchronous discussion kasi ang daming distractions at home. Like may mag-aayos minsan ng kapitbahay habang nag-synchronous discussion, may kapatid ka minsang maingay, aso mong tahol ng tahol, may Shopee delivery, at syempre, ang very tempting din minsan mag-scroll sa social media, which I believe some of our youngsters here are familiar with TikTok. Yeah. Diba? There are a lot of distractions at home. Minsan ang choppy pa ng internet connection, bigla-bigla ka pang mawawala sa meeting. Then at the end of the day, very draining and ang sakit sa mata kasi nakatitig kami all day long sa monitor screen. Ang setup pa namin noon during our quizzes and exams, on kami yung laptop where we are taking our exam. Then we have separate monitoring device na dapat kita yung paligid mo while you're taking the assessment. Then limited time lang pwede i-take yung quiz or assessment. Sometimes you cannot skip an item. Kasi if you skip an item, you will not be able to continue sa ibang items. So, they made it stricter. Which is, dapat naman din talaga. Then yung skills necessary for our profession, hindi namin ma-practice the time. Kasi wala kaming lab equipment at home. Wala kaming hands-on training. Kasi nga, it was during the height of COVID-19 pandemic. So, everything was done online. And of course, hindi mawawala yung financial constraints during the pandemic crisis. And although, yes, there are scholarships, hindi naman din kasi lahat yun nakukover. There are miscellaneous fees as well. So, to my super parents, I do not know how you did it, but thank you so much. Then came fourth year, internship na, which shifted to hybrid learning setup naman. So, it's the blended learning. So aside from attending online classes, we also had limited face-to-face laboratory training in the La Salle UMC, which was supposedly three months per batch kasi they could not accommodate our batch all at once because there were strict COVID protocols we had to follow. But since natapat yung batch where I belonged to before sa height of Omicron, some of us tested positive of the virus. So we had to reduce 3 months to 2 months na lang. So I know it was not just difficult for the students, but it was more difficult to the worried parents and the faculty and administrators in charge with the schedules. Tas sa bilis ng panahon, graduation na agad, which thankfully napagbigyan naman kami i-conduct siya face-to-face. Ang saya sa feeling kasi after all those K-12 curriculum pioneers, sudden shifts of learning, the Taal volcano eruptions, finally, we will be at the end of our long journey. Pero ops, there's more. Kasi meron pa kaming board exam we had to face. Kung saan magigauge if talaga bang competent enough na kami to practice our profession after 4 years of formal education. Of course, hindi nawala yung self-doubts, yung pressure on our part. Kami ang unang batch ng K-12 curriculum sa Philippines. And not to mention, there were a lot of adjustments, a lot of sudden shifts to different learning platforms that we had to go through during our undergrad. Going back, I only had 2 months to prepare for the board exam after graduation. I had all my classes online during the review, and thankfully, with God's grace and mercy, pumasa naman po. And then 2 months after, I also took and passed the international certificate exam for my profession, and then went straight to working in a tertiary laboratory or hospital here in Imus while taking a postgrad degree in real estate management. Real estate management? Di ba nabanggit mo medicine? Gusto mo? Yes. I know, very different from my initial plan of going straight to medicine after undergrad. Pero ganun pa man, I am happy. Although I am still figuring out things in life, masaya ako kung nasaan ako. And looking back, I felt like all those we've been through were God's way of redirection and giving me enough time to think about what do I really want to do in my life. A time where we could meet more people, ponder on our real intentions, and discover a new purpose in life. Nanalig na lang din talaga ako na everything happens for a reason and that God has better plans for us. Although we may not understand it for now, but we'll soon realize, kaya pala. Yung mga dati kong reklamo noon, tulad na, ano ba yan? Additional 2 years. Sayang yung oras. Turned into 1 or 2 of the best years of my life. Kasi doon ko nakilala yung mga taong nagkaroon ng malaking impact in my life. And of course, connections. Be practical. Seize those 2 years in your life to build a good network. Especially if you're gonna enter the field of business. But it also applies in general. It's really important for you to surround yourself with a positive group of people. Kasi you are who you are with. So I seize those 2 years to surround myself with positive people to whom I could gain positive insights in life as well. It was also a time where I planned for my future. I was mature. That 2 years gave me more time to mature, to weigh the pros and cons of my decision, and making sure I'll have a good fallback in case my plan doesn't go the way I wanted. It saved me from the regrets in the future because it has given me ample time to think of it in the present. Yung dating, ano ba yan? Puro video sa senior high. Relevant ba to sa course ko? Kasi sa amin po, sa batch namin, ang daming video applications. Which, nagamit ko yung na-develop kong editing skills during my senior high to work as freelance editor as side hustle ko nung college. I and my sisters get paid commissions to produce videos and were even able to take part in marketing materials of the LaSalle Medical and Health Sciences Institute. Noong una-una, ayaw ko pa sa online classes eh. I mean, online recorded lectures, rather. Pero later on, ito palang unang mga negative, sa tingin natin negative things. Eventually, we can get something positive from it. Kasi, online videos, it saved me time and expenses. Like, mas prefer ko na siya for studying theoretical concepts. Kasi it saves me time from going from home to school, and I can maximize my time. Well, if ibang usapan kapag application-based, but when I'm talking about the theoretical concepts. Through all the changes and adjustments that we had to go through, I instilled in me a positive mindset. One of those is yung okay lang mindset. wherein every time na may mahirap na sitwasyon, I would just say, okay lang, sige, kakayanin. And sa okay lang kakayanin ko, here I am now, still kinakaya with God's help. And of course, through a solid support system, especially my parents, who have always been very supportive in everything I do, who made all the adjustments more bearable. They never made me feel guilty of the choices I made or the choices I'd be making and the circumstances I don't have control over. So now, I hope that our young graduates here tonight in the future would also be forever grateful kasi lalaki sila sa isang environment, sa isang bahay, in a home where they feel heard, valid, and genuinely supported, regardless of what may come. So as I gear towards the end of my speech, I am leaving this quote by Tully, saying, persistence and resilience only come from having been given the chance to work through difficult problems. So to us, K-12 babies, taas kamay, K-12 babies, ang ating youngsters here tonight. Let us be proud because we are privileged and fortunate because we are molded through a resilient educational foundation. Again, congratulations and thank you so much. Have a great night. Maraming salamat po and congratulations ulit.
That was an incredibly inspiring and heartfelt message. May we request Miss Jordette Eve Capistrano to kindly stay on the stage. On behalf of the La Trinidad Academy, we would like to extend our gratitude to our keynote speaker, Ms. Capistrano. Our keynote speaker will receive a certificate of recognition and a token of appreciation for her valuable service as keynote speaker during the moving up ceremonies of the preschool department with the theme, K-12 graduates molded through a resilient educational foundation. Given this 25th day of April in the year of our Lord, 2023 at Imus City, Cavite, signed by Dr. Georgina T. Paragua, School Director.
Once again, thank you, Miss Jordette Eve A. Capistrano. Let's give her a round of applause. Before proceeding on to our recognition round,